The biggest reason you're not getting approved for business credit isn't because of your score. Once you understand what lenders are really looking at, you'll never get denied again. My name is Ralph Jarvis, and I've been a licensed financial advisor for over 10 years. Now I help business owners understand and leverage their credit to grow their businesses to the next level. In this video, I'm going to show you why good credit scores can still get denied, the data points we focus on that have helped our clients get millions in approvals, and exactly how you can implement them so you can fund your business as well. To start, let me show you what lenders use to determine approvals so you get the most funding possible. Have you ever heard the term no PG business credit? The concept that these online gurus sell you that there's a way to get real business credit without using your personal credit? I'm here to tell you the truth. That's a myth. Ask yourself, would you loan somebody you don't know money with absolutely no way of knowing if they'll pay you back? Probably not. There are only two methods lenders use to determine whether they're going to approve you: credit-based and revenue-based lending. Credit-based lending is when a bank uses your personal credit to make the funding decision. Revenue-based lenders decide on approvals based on how much money your business generates by reviewing your financials or bank account. If you don't know which method a lender uses before applying, simply ask them whether they require a personal guarantee or financial documents for the approval process. But understanding the two types of underwriting lenders use is just the first part. Now, let me show you how to make it so lenders can't deny you. Before coming to us, my client Tina had a 720 credit score, but still got denial after denial when applying for business credit. She had no idea what was wrong since she had a good score and a structured business entity to match. She was just frustrated and ready to give up, thinking business credit was a scam only for businesses making millions. Why was Tina getting denied even though her score was in the 700s? See, the thing is, relying on your credit score alone for funding is like judging a book by its cover. Lenders don't want to just see your score, they also want to see the story behind it. This is where your credit profile comes into play. Your profile is key because it tells your entire credit story outside of just the three numbers on the cover. A 700 gets you in the door with lenders, but this is what really matters. First, you need to make sure your profile is clean. The biggest red flags for lenders are negative items on your credit. This means collection, charge-offs, lates. These all signal to lenders that you can't be trusted. Lates aren't as bad, but will still hold you back from getting approved even if your score is good. Make sure you get all these negative accounts off your credit before going for any funding. You can use AI tools to help you create disputes or work directly with a credit repair team to get these off your report. But there's another component of a clean profile that 99% of business owners skip. Lenders won't approve applicants who look like they're desperate for money. And they evaluate this based primarily on the number of inquiries you have. Every time you use your social security number on an application, you get a hard inquiry. To stay low risk, aim to keep these inquiries under 3 per bureau. This means no random applications or going to lenders back to back without a real strategy. Sticking to these data points before applying for funding will ensure you aren't getting red flagged before your business is even considered. And now that your profile is clean, you're almost in guaranteed approval territory. Next, I'm going to show you how to force lenders to not only approve you, but give you the highest limits possible. When I first started my business credit journey, I also had to clean up my personal credit profile. An old cable bill from Verizon and a late payment was holding me back from greatness, and we couldn't have that. But even after I got all these negative accounts removed from my credit, I was still getting either denied or getting super low limit. I was confused because there was nothing else on my credit profile holding me back, or so I thought. The thing is, banks won't approve you for more funding than they think you can handle. That's like going to the gym for the first time and expecting to lift the heaviest dumbbell on your first try. You're either going to barely be able to pick it up or fail completely. Funding is the same way. If you want the best results, you got to build your profile and show that it's strong enough to handle the weight of big approval. But how do you do that? Well, let me show you so you aren't stuck with baby limits that won't even move the needle for your business. These are the most important data points when it comes to strengthening your profile. Number 1 is your account age. This is the average length of time that the accounts on your credit profile have been open. 5 years is God tier, but at least 2 years get you in the game. The older, the better. This shows lenders that you're experienced handling debt and lowers your overall perceived risk. If your credit age is below 2 years though, don't worry. A quick way to increase it is by using services like Rental Karma or Rent Reporters. These companies will report your rent payments as an account on your credit profile. But the beauty is, they allow you to backdate the account multiple years. This is an easy strategy to add legitimate age to your credit profile. Really quick, y'all, if you're getting value from this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any gems when it comes to unlocking funding for yourself and your business. I appreciate you being here, Bag Chaser. Let's get back to it. Now, even though your credit age is a huge factor when it comes to building out your credit profile, just like in the gym, you can't just focus on only one body part if you want to see the best result. You need a well-balanced plan. So, after you address your credit age, next you want to focus on your credit mix. This refers to the different account types that you have on your profile. There are two main types in account: revolving accounts, which are primarily credit card, and installment accounts, which are mainly loans. Think auto loan, personal loans, student loans, and mortgages and rent. The goal is to have at least 3 to 5 of both revolving and installment accounts on your profile. Overall, you want to aim for between 8 to 10 total accounts on your profile. Once again, the more, the better. This shows lenders that you can handle different types of debt and once again lowers your risk. But what if you don't have enough accounts on your profile yet? In that case, we use trade lines that add authorized user accounts and strengthen our client's profile. But just keep in mind that having primary accounts in your name is always going to hold more weight than authorized user trade lines. Next, I'm going to show you the biggest factor that guarantees you get the highest funding limits possible. Lenders know that business expenses tend to be much larger than ordinary living expenses. Because of this, business credit limits are typically much higher than personal credit limits. This is one of the most powerful aspects of business funding: access to high amounts of capital that can grow your business to the next level. But majority of business owners don't realize the biggest factors lenders judge when determining your actual business credit limit. It's called comparable credit. Banks use your highest personal credit card limit as a benchmark for how much they'll approve you for on the business side. Specifically, they tend to approve you for 2 to 3 times your highest personal credit limit. So if your highest limit card is only $2,000 to $3,000, you're probably only going to get a $5,000 limit, which is okay, but we want the highest limits possible around here. So what does this mean for you as a business owner? If you want big limit approvals of $20K plus from business lenders, you need a personal credit card with at least a $10K limit. This puts you in the best position to secure the highest limit possible. And if you don't have a personal card at the $10K mark yet, there are still a few things you can do. One, you want to actively use your current cards and request a credit line increase every 3 to 6 months. This can get you a $10K limit within a year. Secondly, you can try to get approved for a more premium tier credit card. These cards usually give higher limits that start at $10K and above. Some examples of cards that fall into this category are the Chase Sapphire Reserve, Capital One Venture X Rewards card, and the Amex Hilton Honors card. Unlocking one of these or having a previous high limit personal credit card is the secret to guaranteeing that you get blessed with a 5-figure limit on the business side. And when you implement the framework that we discussed today, you won't have to worry about funding denials or getting low limits that don't help your business. And now that you know the secret to getting approvals, there's only one more problem. What lender should you go to if you want the most funding possible in the shortest amount of time? Well, we have a strategy for that, which is help our clients obtain an average of $50,000 to $100,000 in business credit in as little as 30 days. And if you want the exact blueprint that we follow to maximize funding, watch this video next and run the play yourself. Let's get it.